Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declared this Sunday that he would be willing to leave office immediately if his resignation would facilitate Ukraine's entry into NATO. During a press conference in Kyiv, Zelensky stated, "If there is peace for Ukraine, if they really need me to leave my post, I am ready. I can exchange it for NATO." Furthermore, he stressed that he has no intention of clinging to power for decades. This statement was made within the framework of the Ukraine 2025 forum, where the president insisted that his willingness to resign is not motivated by a personal desire to remain in power, but by his commitment to the peace and security of his country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declared this Sunday that he would be willing to leave office immediately if his resignation would facilitate Ukraine's entry into NATO. During a press conference in Kyiv, Zelensky stated, "If there is peace for Ukraine, if they really need me to leave my post, I am ready. I can exchange it for NATO." Furthermore, he stressed that he has no intention of clinging to power for decades. This statement was made within the framework of the Ukraine 2025 forum, where the president insisted that his willingness to resign is not motivated by a personal desire to remain in power, but by his commitment to the peace and security of his country. Zelensky also took the opportunity to address Donald Trump, President of the United States, requesting that he understand the situation in Ukraine and provide concrete security guarantees to help the country defend itself from the Russian invasion. "I would very much like mutual understanding from Trump," Zelensky said, recalling that February the 24th will mark the third anniversary of the Russian invasion. "Security guarantees from Trump are very necessary," added the president, referring to the importance of having a clear commitment of support from the U.S. in the event of a peace agreement. On the other hand, the Ukrainian president reaffirmed his willingness to sign the agreement proposed by the U.S. on the distribution of Ukraine's natural resources, which contemplates a 50% division between both countries. However, Zelensky insisted that such an agreement must include clear security guarantees for Ukraine. "I will not sign anything that has to be paid for by generations and generations of Ukrainians," the president warned, while claiming Ukraine's right to demand its own conditions in the negotiations. The president also suggested that Ukraine's natural resources that could be shared with the United States include those currently under Russian control. "Let's do 50-50, including the occupied territories," proposed the Ukrainian president, explaining that this formula could awaken the interest of the United States in supporting Ukraine in the recovery of these territories. In this sense, Zelensky stressed that any agreement signed with the United States must balance the interests of both nations. "This is something serious. It is not a game," he emphasized, recognizing that Ukraine needs the support of its main partner, but at the same time underlining that the country cannot compromise its dignity or independence in the process. On another diplomatic front, Zelensky extended an invitation to U.S. President Donald Trump to visit Ukraine. "I very much want him to come to Ukraine," he expressed during his press conference, highlighting that his country continues to seek peace, but that any peace agreement must guarantee long-term security to avoid new Russian aggression. The Ukrainian president also expressed his willingness to travel to the United States to meet with Trump, with the aim of strengthening dialogue between both countries at these crucial moments. However, Zelensky recalled that the war in Ukraine must end with clear security guarantees to avoid a repeat of the Russian invasion in the future. "We must count on the president of Turkey." The Ukrainian president reiterated this Sunday the importance of including Turkey in the negotiation process on security guarantees for his country after the end of the war with Russia. At a press conference held in Kyiv, Zelensky stressed, "If we talk about security guarantees, I think we should count on the president of Turkey." According to the Ukrainian leader, the contribution of Turkey, a country with a powerful and numerous army, could be crucial to establishing an international military contingent in Ukraine, with the aim of avoiding future Russian aggression after the end of the conflict. Zelensky had already highlighted the relevance of Turkey after his visit to Istanbul, where he met with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan this week. At that meeting, the president reaffirmed that Turkey's presence would be essential to guarantee the security of Ukraine and compliance with any peace agreement. The Ukrainian president also insisted on the need for the countries of the European Union and the United Kingdom to actively participate in negotiations with Russia, due to the magnitude of European aid provided to Kyiv during the war. In this sense, Zelensky specifically mentioned Germany as one of the main contributors to the defense of Ukraine, after the United States. "Can we leave them, or others out?" the Ukrainian president asked rhetorically, alluding to the importance of international collaboration. Likewise, Zelensky proposed that the EU designate a representative to participate in contacts with Russia, which are currently promoted unilaterally by the United States. The Ukrainian president indicated that this issue will be discussed with European countries when the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, returns from his trip to the United States, where he will meet with Donald Trump.